Hey loves, welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is a tutorial on how I made this bubu dress with a stripe Asoeke. Okay, so if it's something you're interested in, stay tuned and watch this video. Okay, so now I'll be using 2 yards of Ankara fabric to make this tutorial. A stripe Asoeke, that's one chair, my scissors, my tape, and my chalk. Okay, as you can see right here, so this fabric is having a pattern, so I'll just go in with the pattern of this fabric. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and fold it into 4. Okay, so I'll fold it into first, and I will fold it again to make it 4. Okay, so I'm trying to arrange it so that all the edges will be equal on all sides. So remember, I'll be cutting both the front and the back pattern of this dress together. Okay, that's both the front and back of this dress together. The only difference is just the neckline, and that's all. Okay, so I've gone ahead to fold it, and it's now time for me to take the measurement. So now from the top of this fabric, like so, I'll just go ahead and mark 1.5 inches. Okay, to start as my top line. Yeah, that's as my shoulder line of this dress. Okay, so from there I'll just go ahead and take my neck width. So I'm taking a neck width of 3 inches, and I'll just go ahead and mark my shoulder, and from there I will take the whole remaining length as my sleeve length. Okay, and I'll come down by 1.5 inches for my slope, and I'll just go ahead and mark. So for the back neckline I'll be using 1 inches, and for the front neckline I'll be using 8.5. okay, as you can see right here. Okay, so now to determine the opening of the front neckline, I'll just go ahead and divide what I have on this Asoeke stripe by 2, and whatever I have I'll just minus 1 inches. Okay, yes, so let me just say I use 2.5 inches. Yes, from there I use 2.5 inches from the 8.5 inches. Okay, so now for my sleeve opening I went ahead to use 10 inches for the sleeve opening, and from there I'll just go ahead and divide my hip circumference by 4, and I'll go ahead and add 4 inches, okay, to it. So whatever I have here I'll just take it down to meet the hemline, like so. Okay, as you can see me doing, I'll just take it down to meet the hemline, like so. Okay, as you can see me doing, I'll just go ahead and connect it this way. Okay, so now from here I'll cut the back neckline first. When I am done, I'll just go ahead and cut the back neckline. So I'm trying to arrange it so that one will not be inside, and like they should just be uniform. Okay, so now I'll just go ahead and cut the back neckline, and I've also went ahead to cut the front neckline. So now from this side, that is this 2.5 inches, I'll just go ahead and come down by 1/2 inch. Okay, on this side. Now if you're not very good at this neckline, I suggest you do not notch before sewing. Okay, you can notch after sewing this particular side that I'm trying to mark out like this. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and mark out 1/2 inch on this side. Okay, as you have seen me doing. So I'll just go ahead and mark a slant 1/2 inch, like the 1/2 inch I went ahead to mark it slantly. Okay, like this, and I'll just go ahead and open it. Okay, now remember I said when you're not too good with this neckline, please don't open it before sewing. Okay, you can do this after sewing it. Okay, that's when you just go and mark up this line like so. Okay, because it wasn't easy sewing this particular neckline before opening it like this. Okay, so when I'm done I'll just go ahead and join the shoulders together. I'll go ahead and join both the front shoulder and the back shoulder together. Okay, so now this is what it looks like. Okay, after opening it. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and join both the front shoulders and the back shoulder together, as you can see me showing you right here. Okay, so So I'm done joining the shoulders, okay, as you can see me doing. So now from this side, I'll just go ahead and take my measurement like so, okay. From this point, I'll just go ahead and take it to the other side. That is what I am doing. I'll just go ahead and take it round like so, okay, as you can see me doing. That's after joining the shoulder, and whatever I have, I'll go ahead and cut it as a length on this Asoeke. Okay, I'll just go ahead and cut it as the length of this Asoeke, and I'll go ahead and add 3 inches to whatever I have. So it's better to have an excess than to have less. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and cut it like so, as you can see me doing, and I'll take it over to my pressing iron and give it a good press. That is, I'll fold it on equal halves like this, and I'll just give it a good press, okay, like so. So now I'll just go ahead and keep this aside and work on the remaining piece, okay. So now for the remaining piece, I'll just go ahead and determine how long I want the lower part to be, okay. So but for me, I use 16 inches. So for me, I went ahead to use 16 inches, and for the width, I used the width of the Asoeke. That means I'll be joining this 2 piece as one, okay. I'll just go ahead and join it at the midpoint to make it one. So that means I use about 13 inches, 12 to 13 inches, okay, for the width. So now I've gone ahead to iron the Asoeke, and it's now time for me to place them on the fabric, okay. Remember I said you go ahead and fold it into 2, that is, you iron it, okay. And now this is how I will place it, okay, starting from the 1/2 inch that I came down by, okay. So I'll just go ahead and sew it round like this, okay, to meet the other end, okay, to stop at that 1/2 inch that I mark after the neckline, okay. So that's just what I will go and do. I'll just take it over to my sewing machine and sew it, and for this I've gone ahead to join it to make it one piece, okay. So now I will just go ahead and sew it. So now I am done sewing it, and this is what we have. Sorry, the sewing process of this wasn't too clear, so that's why I didn't add it to this video. So now when I'm done sewing it, I'll just go ahead and sew it up like this, okay. After that 1/2 inch that I came down by. So that was just what I went to do, and this is what we have. Now for this lower piece, I'll just go ahead and place it on it like this, okay. As you can see, now you can give it any design you want on this lower piece, okay. You can do any design that you want. It mustn't be this straight, okay, it must not be this straight. So in order for me to cover up the rough edge, I'll just go ahead and fold it, okay. It's about 1/2 inch, and I'll place it on this line because I want it to have like a uniform line on one side, okay. I'll just go ahead and place it on this line like so, okay. Then I'll use my pin and pin it, and I'll just take it over to my sewing machine and sew, okay. So on the rough edges, you can fold them inside, okay, so that it will not be visible and it will give that neatly effect. Now this is me demonstrating on different styles that you can do this. Any style that you want to do for this fabric, you can just go ahead and give it the style that you want, okay. So now I'll just take it over to my sewing machine and sew on all 4 corners like so, as you can see me showing you right here. So I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is what we have. So I also went ahead to add the remaining Asoeke at the sleeve area of the sleeve, okay. So now from the hem of the dress, I'll just come up by 12 inches. That is for the sleeve, for the slit opening, okay, as you can see. And I'll just go ahead and notch it on both sides so that I'll know where to stop by the time I am done shaping. So I'll just go ahead and turn it over like this, and I will just use 1 inch to shape the dress, okay, to meet the side that I notch on both sides, okay. I'll just go ahead and shape it with 1 inch. So I am done shaping, and this is what we have. Okay, so I've also gone ahead to like fold this slit side. I went ahead to sew it, and also at the hemline I also went ahead to sew it with 1 inch. Okay, and this is what we have. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.